Throughout my project, I've used a number of different technologies to aid and improve the final outcome. Probably the most useful has been Final Cut Pro 10, which I've used for the editing and the creation of all my videos. At the beginning of the course, I had to spend quite a lot of time getting used to the software and how to create all the effects that I wanted. But after hours and hours of using the program, I finally feel that I'm completely comfortable with it. For my foundation portfolio, I used Final Cut Pro 7, which I personally think is much harder to use and to navigate around. The new version has also got a number of new features, which I have taken full advantage of in my video, such as the automatic rendering system, which means that you don't have to wait for the video to render every time you'd like to watch the video. Another difference between the first year and this year was that I've upgraded the computer I'm using for the editing of my video. I've used an Apple MacBook Pro this year, which has a considerable more amount of RAM than the old school computers, so I'm able to edit quicker and I'm able to use more features. The other advantage of this is that it's a laptop, so I'm able to take it out with me on some of the shoots, so I can upload the shots straight away onto Final Cut Pro, so it can minimise the risk of losing them. I chose to use Adobe Photoshop for the production of the album because I found that it was the software that was most recommended online. It's also an industry standard program which comes at only a small fee compared to some of the other systems on the market. I especially like the HDR toning feature, which allowed you to create some very nice effects and filters onto the images. If I had to do the project again, I'd definitely use Photoshop to create the album because of the ease of use and the amount of features available. To create my website, I used an open source website creator called Wix, which allows you to create a website online and publish it for a small charge. I found that it was much easier to use than the other software I'd used in the past because it comes with an application market in the same way that Apple has created. So you can insert features onto the website which you would not usually be able to do for someone who has not had much experience in the creation of websites. However, the downside of using this is that all your documents are held in a cloud-like system, so if the company were to go down, or though you were not able to access the internet, I would not be able to make any changes to the website. I originally started making my website on Macromedia Dreamweaver before I found Wix. The reason I changed over was because of a couple of reasons, such as I had the ability to access Wix from home, and I personally found Wix much easier to use and more user-friendly. I used Google's Blogger to construct my blog on which to present all of my work. I chose the program because I used it last year in my foundation portfolio and found that it worked very well, and I also had a reasonably good idea of how to use it, which saved time for this year. The big advantage of this is that anyone with an internet connection is able to view the blog, so it is easier for me to get feedback on the contents and any improvements that I could potentially make. I was also able to access it from home, so I'd be able to update it from almost anywhere. Blogger also has the benefit that it is free to use, which is always a bonus for someone of my age. It also comes with a number of different templates and styles you can choose from to make the blog look a little bit more appealing for the viewer. There are a few downsides to using Blogger, such as you cannot edit it when the internet connection is down, and it doesn't let you upload videos straight away from your computer. You have to put it through YouTube first, which can sometimes reduce the quality and resolution of the video. In addition, I created a PowerPoint presentation on which to show some of my target audience research, which you cannot upload straight onto Blogger, so I had to go through the site SlideShare, which creates an embedding code which I was able to insert straight into the HTML coding of the Blogger, and the PowerPoint could be viewed in a very neat format. For all of the filming of my music video, I used a Canon 600D SLR camera. The main reason for using these cameras were because they're the ones that the school had available for me to use. There were a number of them that I had access to, so I could use the multi-camera for the filming of the performance footage, so I could get it from as many angles as possible. These cameras have produced very good quality footage, and any errors were not to do with the camera but to do with human error. They have the capability of filming in HD quality, which only improved the footage and increased the vibrancy of the coloured smoke. It also had the adjustable frame rate, which allowed me to film in 50 frames per second, so I could record slow motion footage in a smoother way because the camera would take faster images. All of the inside lighting, I used dado lights because of their small compact size and the fact that you are able to adjust the intensity of the light to suit the look you want from a particular shot. And for the outside lighting, I used Eniro redhead lights because of their more powerful intensity. The downsides to using these were that I had to bring a petrol generator along for any outdoor shots I wanted to get, which took a lot of organisation. Furthermore, they were not adjustable, so I had to have the same intensity from the moment they were switched on to the moment they were switched off. I was able to overcome this by using diffuser filters to soften the light down to the required intensity to create the effect I wanted. In some sections of my evaluation videos, I've used an application called Screen Recorder, which allows you to record anything that you're doing on the computer screen. This was useful to show the way that I'd used editing and to show the websites and web pages. This was downloadable from the Apple App Store, which only cost me £2 for the full version of the application. I think it was a great way to demonstrate skills and allows you to show more than you would be able to with screenshots. I believe that I've used enough technologies to create 3 media text that I'm very happy with while still maintaining the natural look which I wanted to uphold. This is because I think keeping it like this makes the product more authentic and focuses on the talent of the musicians rather than the technology used to create the sounds and visuals, which I think can sometimes take over other genres of music. There's not a lot that I'd change about the technologies for next time, apart from a few small things that I personally don't think made a lot of difference, such as getting slightly different outdoor lights which have an adjustable feature to create more precise lighting techniques, and just running an update on all the software that I've used.